welcome back to my channel. This is andthatisTrice, and I am, of course, Treese. Thank you so much for stopping by if this is your first time here visiting to see what we got going on. And if you are a returning member of the Treese tribe, a returning faithful subscriber, thank you so much for checking in. I see you, baby. It never goes unnoticed or unappreciated, so thank you so much. You have no idea how much it means to you, girl. So today I really didn't have much to do. I'm off work, so I decided to just kind of get creative and let my brain take me to whatever place it wanted to take me, and so I came up with this look. I'm pretty sure I might have done something similar to this in the past, but if I did, just ignore it. Mind your business and enjoy the art, okay? I decided to match my shirt. I got this from the thrift store, actually. I find everything at the thrift store. If you know, now you know. I thought it ended up coming out beautifully. Love it, love it, love it. It's just all matte on the eyes. Cut crease, nice sharp matte wing, and a nude lip. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. I will have all the products listed down below per usual. If I skip past something, I go too fast, they're always in the description box, so don't you fret. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. It helps your girl out a lot. And if you are not a member of the family, what are you doing? What are you doing? I know we just met, but you already are making poor decisions, and I don't approve. So we can be cool. Go ahead and hit the little subscribe button. It's somewhere down there. It's free, and you can see more of me. So I'm not gonna hold y'all up any longer. Without further ado, if you want to see how to create this pretty orange creamsicle, summery, orangey, child, is a pretty orange look, then just keep on watching. Alright, nothing new over here, but today we are priming our eyelids per usual with our brows done. With the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Porcelain, you can use a white base. That'll also work very well. And I'm just blending that out. I'm not going to set it. We are just going to go straight in with shadow. So then I'm going into this orangey shade, and I am putting that in my crease. Now, she was very much serving me Cheeto dust. That's what she was giving, and I wasn't necessarily going for this. So you'll see me lighten it up a little bit later. I was going for a more yellow orange, but it all works out. So I'm just adding this to my natural crease, and I'm using a fluffy brush because I want this look to be very smoked and diffused. So it makes it easier to blend if you just go ahead and use a fluffy brush from jump. I know some people that doesn't work for them, but because my eyes are so big, I just go straight in with the fluffy brush, girl. Okay, so if you need to use a smaller brush, do you, go for it. But this is just what I'm doing. So again, just kind of throwing that in my crease, real messy, and then I'm going to blend it out. And like I said, this is going to be really blown out. It doesn't have to be super precise. It's not one of them type of looks. So I'm just kind of doing what I want with this fluffy brush and diffusing the edges. Now going into this lighter orange, I'm going to take that and place that right above that color. So this was supposed to make it a little bit brighter. Now it didn't do too much of a difference, but as I went along, it did help diffuse out the lines. Like I said, I didn't want this super duper sharp. We weren't going for that cut-a chick type of look today. So now I'm going into the yellow, and this is what made it a little bit brighter. So this is what gave it that orange yellow, because I was trying to match my shirt. So the more yellow you put, the brighter it gets, and the more orange sickle, creamsicle it looks. So if you want to keep it orange, go ahead and go for it. But for this look, we're adding a little bit of yellow. If you have a lighter orange, that'll also work too, but again, the yellow just really did it for me, especially near my brow bone. I didn't want anything darker than the orange I had already put down, so a yellow just worked best for me personally. Your skin tone might be different. You might be going for a different vibe, but yeah, this is just what I did. So taking that same Porcelain concealer by LA Girl, I'm just taking this flat brush, and we're going to carve out our crease, because although this isn't a super sharp look, I did want a defined crease for the color that I wanted to put on my lid. So I'm just going all in and taking my time, creating a half circle
I think it might go a little bit past half of my eye, but I'm not going all the way to the edge. So you can take it as far as you would like, but I'm just going about more than a quarter of the way, or 3/4 of the way, I should say. And then I'm just going to use my finger to smudge out the outer edges. And that is what's going to give us that gradient effect later on. Then I just pat down the concealer in case it looks a little patchy or a little bunchy on my eyes. I'm just making sure it's all smooth for when we lay down the shadow. That's how you make sure your shadows don't look real crumbly, especially putting a matte on top of a wet concealer. Yeah, you want to make sure you smooth it out. Then I'm going into this light pale yellow shade. It's almost giving me Manila folder. And I'm placing that all over the lid. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a joke. I can't take anything seriously. But I'm patting that on. I'm not swiping. Again, we have wet concealer down and I didn't set it. So in order to get this to look as nice as possible, you want to just pat it down and blend it with the outer corner because it's all going to get melted in a second. So you can take it to the end and not feel guilty about it because again, it's all going to get molded and melted together. But I'm just patting that from inner corner all the way until I get to the outer corner where the other orange is. Then we're going back into that lighter orange and placing that right next to that color. So not on the very outer V, that's where the darker orange is going to go. This is more so molding and melting into that Manila Vanilla cream shade. And this is why I call this like orange creamsicle, because that shade was giving me cream. Very vanilla, briars during the summertime on a cone. So just take that darker orange and put that on the outer corner and melt the two oranges together. So you really can't go wrong with this look, especially with a fluffy brush, because it just really gives it a blown out effect. The more you blend, the better it looks, especially up into the crease. Then I'm just taking some more of that Manila shade and making sure everything is flowing together. Now I'm going to take this. I finally got a new black liquid liner, y'all. Let's clap for me. Round of applause. So this is the Milani Extra Matte Liner. Girl, it's matte. I mean, I could barely draw it on my lid, and it was getting matte on sight. Normally, they start out real liquidy, real wet, and then you get to that point after a few minutes. Milani did not come to play with this liner. I love it, and the tip of it, the felt tip, it does not snag on my eye. Like when you have a regular brush, it can get real messy and get all over your eyes. Not this one. I don't know where I've been on this, but yeah. Get up on game if you have not been on game with this liquid liner, because this is for me. I love my liner matte, and I love it. This black is just beautiful. Chef's kiss. Easy to do a sharp line. So then I'm just going in with these mist lashes. These are the MS05s, my go-to lash. I love these lashes. So then I just went ahead and put on my primer. That is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. I love it. Look at my skin. Glass, honey, glowing, wet, slick. So then I'm just going on top with the Makeup Revolution Foundation. And this is full coverage, honey. I think I'm in the shade F13. I love this foundation. It's like 12 bucks at Ulta. It covers everything. If you want to be unclockable, you want to put this on because, baby, I have used so many foundations and this is one of the most covering ones. that I have come across. Okay, you are covered. You are protected with this. So I'm just blending all that in with my Sonia Kashuk sponge from Target. And then I'm going on top with this Milani Conceal and Perfect concealer. I'll have the shade down below. All the areas I normally highlight, my chin, under my eyes, my forehead. Then I'm going in with this Infinite concealer by Makeup Revolution. Makeup Revolution has some hits, okay? They have some bangers, especially if you are of a deeper skin tone. So I'm just blending all that in with my sponge to get that really melted look. I have been using some brushes lately, and I go back and forth between brushes and a sponge, but I just forgot how melted, how buttery I love to look when the sponge comes into play. So yeah, definitely if you want that very full coverage, very smooth, very seamless look, use a sponge and use that Makeup Revolution foundation. So now going into this e.l.f. bronzer. I think this is like one of their primer infused bronzers. I'm going over the areas that I normally do with my skin tone powder. So my nose, around my mouth, and then I'm going underneath my eyes. And in the other areas I highlighted with my Banana Deep powder from Hydra. You guessed it, Makeup Revolution. Love it. We love to see it. So again, just highlighting. I blend the powder in with the sponge, melt. When you put it on with a brush, especially over that dewy primer, it can start getting real patchy, and we don't like that. So put that on with the sponge and you will be looking smooth. So now I'm just going around my face for some warmth with that same primer infused bronzer, and then I'm gonna go on top in a second. Oh, we're looking so good. I'm gonna go on with this contour shade from the Tammi, Clark, and Revolution collab. And I am just warming up my face even more. So when I go on first with the bronzer, I use less contour. I figured that out, and it just looks better. It doesn't look muddy. So then I'm taking that same shade, and I am contouring my nose, giving her some shape. Then we're going to go underneath our contour with that same banana powder, just to kind of sharpen everything up on my face. I have a rounder face, so I love a sharp contour. Then taking that blush out that same Revolution palette with Tammi in them, we are going to give ourselves some blush on the nose, on the cheeks, on the chin, and the neck. Then I'm going back into the palette and I am defining under my eyes. So the same oranges we used on top, we're going to use on the bottom. So I'm starting with the darkest one, then we're going to go into that lighter orange right there. And those are the two we're using. Then I'm just going in my inner corner with a little bit of shimmer from that palette. Nothing, it wasn't noteworthy, to be honest with you. But I did put it in there, so I wanted to tell you I put it in there. Now I'm just blending out all of them powders together. All of this works so well together. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how all these powders on my face, mixed with that Jelly Pop Dew Primer, which is sent from the Lord himself, just really has me looking like butter. Really has me looking smooth, blessed, and highly favored out here. So I just drew on my faux moles with my pencil, nothing new. And I'm taking that highlighter in that same palette. Yo, this palette is a go-to for me. This highlighter looks like skin, baby. It looks like, I mean, look at it. Look at it. You turn to the side, you don't have that strip of gold going down your face. We have evolved, and we love to see it. So now I'm just blending my lashes with the false ones using this Maybelline. It's probably Maybelline. Y'all know Maybelline is here for mascara, honey. That's the mascara goats. This is the falsies, I believe. Love it. So blending mine with the false lashes. I always do this afterwards because my lashes are super curly. So if you didn't know that, that's why I wait until afterwards to do it. Then I'm just defining my lower lashes with the same mascara. Taking my Hydra Matte Fix setting spray from Hydra. Makeup Revolution, and I am fanning my face with my Dwala fan. Now I'm taking Cork by my Eben lip liner collection that I have, and I'm defining my lip. Then I'm going to go in with Brown by Ruby Kisses right here, and putting that right on top of that. This is going to create such a pretty ombre effect. Then I'm going to go in with my Maybelline, ooh girl, It's one of their matte lips. I'll have it down below. It's just a nude. And then you want to just smush all your lips together to blend. And we have a look, girl. That is it.